Hello YouTube! I'm back in the world's loudest rocking chair with another video. I know in the last video I said it was going to be my last one until I churned out another pipe. Well, guess what? I churned out another pipe. I'm actually pretty happy I managed to churn this one out before I actually finished uploading all the original videos that I had. I still have 2 more to upload, I think. So yeah, so after this video, I don't know when I'll be back with another one. It'll be when I churn another one out. But I have about 5 ideas floating around in my head. 6 technically, but one's for next year's tomfoolery contest, so I can't give you that one yet. But I got 5 just randos floating around in there. And, well, we'll talk about them when the time comes, huh? So, without further ado, I'm going to try to keep this one under 10 minutes. I think we can do it under 10 minutes. We'll see. I tend to ramble, I'm sorry, and outside I don't have a script. It's a little chilly today, if you couldn't notice. I got the jacket on. Weird cold front came through, I guess, and I don't really care for it. I keep wanting to look over here for the camera. The camera's over there. Hi, how you doing? So anyway, this is my pipe that I made. This is actually a gift. I should say. Camera's over there, Drew. This is actually a gift for my best friend. He was in the emergency room last week, and we weren't sure what it was, and we thought maybe it was cancer, but it's not. So I was really happy, and so I decided I was going to make him a pipe. He smokes pipes here and there. I think he's a bit more into cigars than pipes, but I know he has a really nice Calabash up in his closet. He's actually my roommate too. There's 3 of us that live in this house. And speaking of Calabash, this is the pipe I wanted to show you. This is Derek's Calabash. This is my first attempt at ever making a Calabash pipe. This little bit of plaster fell out and it irritates the living hell out of me. But it's a General with a shortstop on there. I got a nickel band from Vermont Freehand. I actually, let's see if I can get to, we gotta get just the right angle, I think. I don't know if you're able to see it. I carved his initials into it, DR, up there. It's just, sorry, a Missouri Meerschaum Danish bit that I put a little rubber barrel thingy that I found at work. I bored a hole through it with a drill bit just by hand. It's so small I couldn't actually drill it. And then to set it, I have some JB Weld 2-part epoxy that comes in like a little syringe thing. And I put this at the very end down here because there's that little seam on Danish bits where it sits, you know. And so I put the little rubber ferrule at the end, put that JB Weld right before the seam. Actually, I used a plastic knife, you know, like plastic cutlery, to work it around, just get a nice little bead on there, and then I just slid it up, and it actually made a nice bead around the whole thing. And I just kind of took the butt end of that knife and just really worked it around to make sure it's sealed on there real good. I let it sit for about a day or 2 before I even messed with it, and I don't think this is ever coming off. I think the bit will break before this does. You can see the inside of the shortstop there. Got a little bit of stain in there, but it'll be alright. Pipe mud at the bottom. You can't really see it because it's dark out. Wish the sun would come out. Figures I got my hair cut, you know, for summer, and then it gets cold again. Doesn't that just figure? But I haven't smoked this yet. And it's a gift, but I'm gonna smoke it first because screw you, man. Like, I made this, I want to smoke it. I've never smoked a Calabash pipe before. And to me, it's also a quality control thing, you know. I want to make sure the thing actually smokes before I give it to my buddy. You know, I'd be mortified if I gave him a pipe that didn't work, or, you know, it did work, but not real well or something. I'm having a heck of a time getting this step to twist. I can't grip it. I twisted too far. She's in there. You can clench it. It's a little weighty to clench it, but he's a bigger fella as well, so I think he'll be alright. It's a little big for me. It's about half the size of my face, but he's a bigger fella, so it'll fit him nicely. So anyway, without further ado, sorry, I'm disappearing out of frame here. I'm gonna try to do it on my lap. So, I'm smoking Dunhill My Mix, 1938, based on the Baby's Bottom, something like that, from what I read. I'm trying to smoke something. I didn't want to smoke an aromatic in it because I didn't want any kind of ghost tobacco, what's the ghost flavors or whatever, like haunting the pipe on them. So I'm trying to smoke kind of a neutral, mild, smooth tobacco that hopefully won't leave too much of a lasting impression in it. Oh, this is 2 generals in a row, isn't it? Because I just showed you general safety in the last video. And then I got this Calabash here that I made out of the general. That's 2 generals in a row. The only 2 generals I've ever had in my possession at all. Watch this thing dump out. Oh, that works. Yeah, you'll have to forgive me here. I gotta handle 2 jars. I got a little thing going. I don't know what you guys call it, but when I was a kid, we would go to like McDonald's or something, and we'd do the thing where we got a shot of every fountain drink, and we called it a suicide. I don't know if that's a national thing or if there's different regional terms for that kind of thing or whatever, but I have my 2019 suicide collection where just every time I pack a pipe, a little bit of tobacco that misses or falls off or whatever, I just dump it into that jar. So I'm gonna have this weird eclectic kind of mix of all the tobaccos I've smoked until I fill the jar. So that should be interesting. Here we go. Check this lighter out I found too. I got this at Walmart, a little pipe lighter. It's got like a tool in it, like a little check tool built in. Got all 3 of them. I don't care for the tool part. It feels very cheap. We're at 8:15 right now. I think we can do 10 minutes. Like I said, I don't care for the tool, so I stick to the patented Aristocob pipe tamper. I like it. Pretty cool smoke. I was a little worried. That Calabash section is so short. Because from what I understand, we're going over 10 minutes. Sorry guys. From what I understand, the Calabash is intended to cool the smoke. The smoke fills the chamber, and then you draw it out of the chamber. And because that smoke has to fill the chamber first, it gives it a minute to cool down. A couple seconds. But that chamber is so small and so close to the stem, I was worried that it would kind of negate, you know, the benefits of the Calabash. I probably could have stacked a second shortstop on there, and then it would have came out to about there. That would have been pretty cool looking. File that one away. I like it though. I like it a lot. No leaks, as far as I can see. So yeah, let's see if you can get you a good look at this. Get out of here so I can enjoy this smoke. I'm only gonna get to smoke this once, and I'm just gonna leave it on his dresser. He works second shift, so he's not gonna get home till about 11 o'clock tonight. So unfortunately, I'm not gonna get to see it, you know. And I actually, so quick little thing. So I tried to shape the shortstop to fit this thing, and I took a Dremel tool and actually buffed off a lot of the cob in the area where this goes, you know, because I didn't want, I figured eventually a lot of tar and stuff would build up in those kernel, like the little nooks and crannies, you know. And I knew that if you took this far enough down, it was just smooth cob. So I tried to take it down to that. I tried to shape the shortstop to fit it. And that didn't work real well, because I'm not good at eyeballing stuff like that. And so what I actually did, you can see it in there, there's wood filler all around there, where I couldn't get it to marry up quite right. I could get the bottom and the top to get, the sides just didn't want to work out right. So I used Elmer's wood glue to glue the top and the bottom, and just took a rubber band and went around to hold it in place. And I shot a little extra wood glue in there and just kind of worked it in place to kind of get a real good solid hold on there, because I didn't know how good the wood filler would actually hold it in place. Yeah, but I was able to fill that wood filler, those gaps in. I'll have to show you in another video, because that wood filler that I got is good stuff. It comes in a tube, and you can work it with your fingers and just lick your finger and really clean up the edges, and like you don't even have to sand it. But I wood fillered it first, and then I plastered the whole pipe, so that the plaster kind of covered the wood filler up too. And you can actually see over here where the shank of the shortstop was. I meant to hide it on the bottom, but I'm a dumbass and I didn't pay attention to what I was doing. And by the time I realized, I had already shaped the thing, and I was like, well, I'm not like going through that again with a shortstop. So it is what it is. Kind of a neat little character thing on there, I guess. That's actually, I had JB Weld wood filler at work that hardens like steel. And so I filled that in with that at work, and then the brown portion there is where some plaster clung to it. So it kind of did this neat little thing where only half of it, you know, took plaster, so it kind of hit it a little bit. You can see it if you look real hard at it. But I really like this pipe. I may end up making one for myself. Don't know that I'll ever do the rubber plug thing again, because Getting that hole exactly right for that was nerve-wracking. Man, we're at 15 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. I actually ordered a bunch of corks offline today. So if I ever make a Calabash again, I had ordered the corks for this, and then I found that little piece at work, and I was like, screw it, we'll try it. Worst thing that could happen is it doesn't work. Ah, the ash is right back on me. Nothing beats trial but a failure, right? My boss says that all the time. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get off here. Make sure this works real well, you know, purely for research and quality control purposes. And I will see you guys next time. Let's see, so this makes 3 weeks out from today. There's the off chance I might be able to turn out another pipe before this video even goes up. I don't know. Like I said, I got ideas. I think I'm going to do a gift series of pipes for my friends. We'll see. But, till next time I see you, happy piping, right?